Right.
All right, here we go. We're at Santino Bros Wrestling Academy, Thursday night training.
Yeah. Let's see here. Bring that camera over here. Just coming off of I don't know. It's a lot of hard work running a wrestling school, to tell you the truth. It's a labor of love. Because obviously you're not getting rich off it, right, Mongo?
Well, that is very true, man. We're a starving artist. Still starving artist.
Still starving for 17 years, so, but that's just how it's going to be, But here we are, Thursday night. We're probably changing our nights up. We're going to change Thursday to an open ring. Maybe give an opportunity for guys that just want to give it a chance to check it out, see what's going on. We're working closely with companies like Legion Championship Wrestling and NWA Hollywood, and really, I guess my goal is and this is indie wrestling, and I think a lot of the guys need, not a lot of the guys, but a lot of us as indie wrestlers, everybody needs help, and as an industry, I think maybe we need to try to start working together, and not working against each other, because we get no respect as an industry as it is. Girls roller derby gets more respect than indie wrestling does. So I think it's time that maybe, we have a lot of guys that know what we're doing, and I think if we can get smart enough and work together as one, I think it would make the scene, the territory, the region a lot better. And some would say that would have to freeze over before that would happen. That's something that me and Supreme probably talked about 15 years ago. Like all the territories, all the indie companies had to get together and become one. And I don't know. We'll see what's happening. Santino Brothers Wrestling is working hard at trying to make that happen, and really opening our doors to the students of wrestling. And I tell my guys, get trained at as many places as you can, because there's only so much that I can teach you. There's only so much that Mongol can teach you, and then there's always going to be a time that you got to go and spread your wings and learn something else. Because there's different wrestling, from Tennessee to California, right?
Yeah, I just think people don't understand this all goes in a circle. This is a business, and you got to be very respectful, but it all goes in a circle. And like you said, MMA is pretty strong right now, and as pro wrestlers, we all got to stick together and band together and make this more successful, because if we're all spread apart, all different, everyone has their own agendas, it's not going to work, because we're fighting against boxing, we're fighting against MMA, basketball's back in town, NFL, stuff like that. Especially
in California, Southern California for that matter, you have Hollywood is right here, Disneyland is right here, Knott's Berry Farm,
Universal Studios, Magic Mountain.
Yeah, and that's not even including all the cool clubs, restaurants, and everything in between. There's a lot of cool shit going on in Southern California. From
you could be a magician, you could be a clown. So here in Southern California, you can learn almost to be everything.
So I think I think we're working hard, and I think we're doing a good job. It's really hard running the wrestling school, kind of paying the overhead every month in and out. But like I said, it's a labor of love, and it's kind of like, I guess what Mongo would say is it's kind of like our man cave. Some people have a garage with a TV and a foosball table and a beer hat and a Raiders fucking neon shit, but we have a wrestling gym. So
yeah, it's like one thing is just seeing the guys grow as professional wrestlers. You see them start off and they come in here and they have two left feet and they're tripping over themselves, and at the end of the day, a couple months, even years later, these guys are action-packed professional wrestlers. I've seen a lot of these guys grow up. To give an example, Famous B came to us, and he was just a young kid that wanted to get into it. He was more of a fan, and next you know, he put his heart into it. He was training very hard, and look where he's at today. He's going to New York. He's one of the hottest indie professional wrestlers in Southern California. You got people like Ray Rosas too, that this kid was coming 3 days a week, coming from Lancaster, an hour and a half drive, super dedication, and now, he's on the NWA, he's on TV, he's turning up at LCW, EWF, so, it's really how bad you want it, how much dedication and how much time you put into it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's a lot of fun. I think, I have, the 2011, I think I've had a lot of great matches this year, especially wrestling with Willie Mack, he's a great talent to work with. But I think it's a lot of fun to wrestle, and putting in all that hard work and all that effort and all that energy, and you get chances like Famous B to go to New York, and Like this last Sunday, I think I have had the my funnest match of the year. I was going into the match hurt. Really, I've got like, I don't know, it's a kidney punch I've been bitching and moaning about for the last week or so. I don't know if it's getting any better or not. I'm a wrestler, so we haven't got it checked out.
Well, you kind of just work through the pain. That's what people don't understand.
I am staying out of the ring as of right now. You got Robbie and Orion and Ray. They're all in there, and it's kind of an open ring tonight. No
see?
way! What's up? On your tooth?
It's in my pocket.
Look at this guy comes in dressed like John Rambo. Hey, just keep walking to the next town.
Hey,
you drew first blood, not me.
Let's touch base back on that.
That's kind of some of the characters that we have coming in here to the Santino Brothers Wrestling Gym. It's a great gym. I think there's nothing else like it that I've seen in the 17 years that I've been doing professional wrestling out here in this region. And really starting, like we were talking about earlier, is bringing the companies together, and we're starting with the wrestlers. Like we have Los Chivos training here, and they bring their crew. We have the Ballard Brothers training here, and they bring their crew. We have Los Luchas training here, and they bring their crew. I'm hoping to get guys like Steve Payne in here, maybe because I know Steve Payne's got a good following, and he's got a crew to follow. And anybody out there watching, if you guys think you have the credentials to run your own class, or if you have a following, we have a gym. And I'm looking really to bring a lot of the different people together. I'm looking to work with Dave Marquez and maybe try to bring NWA here at the Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. Maybe make an NWA night. Maybe have somebody like, I don't know, Willie Mack or Sean Ricker, or someone that represents NWA can lead the class. Not necessarily run it if they don't want to, but lead the class. So I'm just kind of throwing it out there right there. We'll kind of...
Well, let's go back. We see a big bandage on your head. What happened at the NWA, the people that were not there?
Life of Wrestling. We have, as what we do is for the NWA, we do television tapings. And at the television tapings, everything was going great. It was fun and dandy.
And I would have to say, probably the best setting that I've seen in the NWA.
The best setting NWA Hollywood.
And the morale was up.
The morale was up. They say they collected over 400 toys, so I assume
Toys for Tots.
Yeah, I assume for the Marines, so I assume there was about 300 to 400 people there. It was jam-packed, rafters, chairs, standing room only, and they really did a really good job to fit everybody in there. Great red carpet they rolled out, really made it look fantastic, really Hollywood-ish. The lighting was great, a lot better than it has been, and I think with NWA Hollywood, I think a lot of guys are banding together and really trying to help out, and it was a good day at the tapings. And,
well, you've done shows on from big huge stadiums to to very indie, super indie, and they're very tough. People don't understand how tough they are. It's a lot of coordination, have a lot of cooperation from the guys.
Yeah, you're gonna have about 50 guys, and that's your crew and your cast, and you got to really coordinate it. And it's 50 egos, especially in professional wrestling. So it was a really great production, and I encourage anyone out there to check it out. They're on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Not this coming Saturday. They're going to be preempted to the Ducks game. But man, it's in 17 years in Los Angeles, it's the first legit wrestling on a legit television station. I mean, because even when we were doing XPW, and everyone talks about XPW, loves XPW, and man, believe you me, I love XPW. But man, it was an infomercial, and I really wish it wasn't, but it was, and it was what we made it. We made it great, and I think NWA has a potential, and I think that's exactly where this train is going. Especially this taping really brought the morale up, and I think that we're moving to making NWA Hollywood great, and I'm proud of the projects that at the Santino Brothers that we're working on. With Legion Championship Wrestling, I like to have my hands in everything. I mean, we're working with Wrestle Reunion, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be at the Wrestle Reunion this year. I was really looking forward to it. Going to be sitting next to Big Bill Anderson. A guy who in this region trained a lot of the champions out here that you guys watch on TV today, and this is the only school that he endorses.
One thing I learned really with Bill Anderson, that one thing that really stuck with me last year. One thing that stuck with me last year was respect. He kept on pointing out respect, and sometimes you take it for granted. You show respect, but he pointed it out, and this year was more. It meant more to me, I guess, this year more. Was just really respect the business, respect yourself, and respect other people. What'd you say?
Yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to, is because it's at the end of the day, this is a business that we love. This is a business that I love, and I just really want to make it better and make it the best. What do you need, Rob?
The stopwatch.
Oh, right here, Rob.
No? Oh, I've been looking at it all day.
Thank you. Stopwatch.
Robbie, so what are you guys doing in there?
We're just working, doing some stuff we haven't done in a while. I think.
Back to basics?
Yeah, we kind of got away from that, and some of the guys, from a result of it, their cardio wasn't so good. I noticed that last time we did the Latigo spot, guys would kind of dine out before they were supposed to. And so we're going back to basics, and we got guys who actually haven't been working out in a while, which is Lucha Machine and Ray Rosas. So they're working out too.
All right.
Hey, don't kill my new guy.
Oh, no. He's
Hey, give him a little taste of perfection.
Oh, no, yeah.
Right,
Let's wet his beak a little bit.
So, yeah,
right,
that was going back to the days, but we were in the garage in Rico Dynamite's backyard when we started the school. It must have been 100 degrees outside, so we would close the doors in the garage and make it probably 120, and we would get these floodlights, the double floodlights, so we'd have 2 double floodlights, and we'd put the lights on, and we would do, I remember it was like 30 up-downs, 100 squats, 50 push-ups,
diamond push-ups,
50
lunges.
diamond push-ups, lunges, and I remember Santino jacks 1, 2, 3, 1, so 3 to 1. It was.
So that's 90 jumping jacks.
Yeah, a lot of
cardio.
A lot of hard work.
That's what people don't understand about this this industry too. It's a lot of cardio. You got to have those. You got to have those lungs.
Yeah.
It's consistency.
Oh, I think we got to close a couple things up. Going on to my head. It's the nature of wrestling at the tapings. I didn't expect it, but got hit in the head with an umbrella, and next thing I knew, I kind of wiped my head. I saw the blood on my thigh, but I wiped my head anyways, because sometimes you think it's blood, but it's sweat. But sure enough, it was pouring blood.
And it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty gash. Got hit with the penguin umbrella. So.
And how are you feeling? All right, a little woozy.
Yeah, I was just after the match, I felt I had to go get some orange juice and stuff. And then my buddy Nick Madrid gave me a tangerine. That really kind of helped me over. But then we ended up being at the ER all night. Not for me, but Willie Mack got dropped on his head. So
I think that's a pretty cool story with you and Willie Mack. If people don't know the story, Willie Mack was, he was a fan before.
Oh yes.
And this kid put his heart and soul into it, and to see him a couple years later, to see what he accomplishes, wrestling NWA, going to Arizona, wrestling.
Yeah.
This kid's hot, going to UK. I mean, man, this is someone everyone should look
wrestling for Lucha Boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately took a bad spill. It's the nature of wrestling. It sucks. It's not supposed to happen, but it does. And we work really hard on trying to protect ourselves, and accidents do happen. But what we do is we take and we learn from them. And that's what I try to do in the back, was really be a mentor to some of the guys that was in the match, and just mentor them and not beat themselves up, and just let them know that, hey, this is the nature of the game, and you didn't do anything on purpose.
Right.
And to tell Willie Mack, like I don't know. I guess because I've been in those positions before, and I've been the punk, and I've been the kid that got knocked out, and it sucks. So, I guess I'm trying to give back a little bit. I think that's my role in this game, in professional wrestling at this stage. My role is to give back to the younger guys and help make them better, and then maybe in turn make the scene in the region and everything better. So that way you can at least say, hey, we did something, we accomplished something, or at least I accomplished something in my career, and the scene, we took it from here and we brought it up, and so I think everyone has their opinions. People say it was a lot better, but I think how you really can't compare it to years past, because how can you compare WWE to the Attitude Era right now? It's like there's no comparison. So I think you gotta
change with the time.
It changed with the times, but I think you also have to grade it on a curve.
Right.
You can't grade it to how the 80s were, the late 90s, and grade it to how it is now, and I think it's doing pretty good. Southern California Indie Wrestling has television right now with NWA Hollywood. We have very solid shows going on in East Los Angeles with Legion Championship Wrestling, the only company to do death matches out here. I think there's a lot of good things, especially with the Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. Keeping guys going like the Ballard Brothers and guys like the Los Luchas and Chivos and the guys that are in there right now training. And there's a lot of guys that are miscellaneous that just don't have a home. And I know that's the hardest part of professional wrestling, is having a home. and I guess
backing, yeah.
Yeah, and just trying to provide that here.
And promote the guys and everything. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, just making the scene better all the way around.
Be welcoming. And the other thing I needed to tie up is that I'm not going to be at Wrestle Reunion this year is because I'm going to Calgary, Alberta. Or is it Calgary? I don't think it's Alberta, but it's Calgary, Canada somewhere. And we're wrestling for Lucha Vavoom, so I'm pretty excited about that. I've never wrestled in Canada. If they told me I was wrestling in New Jersey, you know, I'd be excited, but not as. If they told me I was wrestling in Mexico, I'd be excited, but not as. But Canada really kind of excites me, and just look forward to getting across the border, getting across customs.
Yep. Well, Lucha Vavoom's a different type of crowd. It's very fun, very. How would you describe that?
It's I don't know. I think people have described it as it's hipsters, but I don't know if it's hipsters. It's I look at it as the Hollywood rockabilly crowd, but that's, maybe I'm describing it wrong, but I think of my old buddy Scott Snott, and I would say Scott Snott is exactly what a Lucha Vavoom fan is. A guy with rockabilly tattoos, and kind of has like wears glasses that are designer, but you know they really kind of look like the kid Paul from Wonder Years, and has a fedora hat, and just really, I guess, hip, but wearing some vintage shit, and I don't know. How do you describe it, Mongo? It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty wild. It's not your typical wrestling crowd. Everyone's there just to have a good time, to drink. It's, you know, it's at the wine. The setting's very nice. You know, you have burlesque dancing, and it's just pretty wild. It's pretty freaky. I don't drink myself, but I at least like to have one drink at Lucha Vavoom, just
sex and violence, right?
Yeah, sex and violence. There you go. Give me that shit.
Sex and violence.
Let's finish up because we're going on 17 minutes here.
But you know what? Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have videos on there that can go over 15 minutes, can go an hour long, over an hour long. We have over 3,000 videos on there. Check it out. Check out our website, SantinoBrothers.net. From there, you can go to our social networking. You can find everyone's Facebook.
How about our Twitter?
At Wrestling School, very easy. At Wrestling School, you can find us. You can follow us, and just go to that website. Go to the At Wrestling School Twitter page, and you can find everything about us. Check us out, and don't forget. For the last, I think it's like 3 or 4 years now, we've been wrestling on Christmas Day, and we're going to be wrestling again on Christmas Day in East Los Angeles for Legion Championship Wrestling. Last year, I think we wrestled right here at the dojo.
Right.
Year before that was the T1 Auditorium. And probably the year before that was spend it with the family, but I like to make a new tradition of Christmas Day wrestling. So
that's all we know.
Yeah,
sometimes.
if we don't have a show next year, maybe we'll just have a training session or something.
Right.
Right. So, all right.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. This is Kaos and Mongol with the Fighting Santino Brothers over here at Santino Bros Wrestling Academy. Check it out. Catch you later.